and welcome if this is your first live with me here on YouTube. I'm Emma from Studio 77 and welcome back if you have known me for a while and you always tune in. Thank you once again for joining us. So today we're going to do our regular little tip of the day, but also I thought I'd give you a little bit of a kind of behind the scenes of what I'm working on in my personal world as well. And a couple of updates as well, because I've been very busy this week, if you've been watching my stories. So I will reveal all about that. I need to can't wrap my mouth around my words tonight, so apologies for that. I can see we've got a few people watching. Hi Anne, hi Michelle, hi Jane, hi Donna, hi Susan, hi Yvette, hi other Susan as well. Hello. I can see some familiar names there. Thank you for joining me. So, like I say, I'm going to go through a few things. First thing, what should we do first? I know what we're going to do first. First thing is, this week has been super busy, as you may have seen on my stories. And I was hoping to get just one of my boxes out this week, but I'm going to work late tonight and I'm going to get both of the boxes out. So whether you have got the 12 days of bag making coming or you have got the November bag makers box, that will be winging its way to you very soon. Just let me know that you can hear me. I think you probably can, because sometimes you would have told me by now. I can see Di says first time watching. Oh, hi Di, welcome. Hi Zoe, hi Esther, hi Anita, hi Sandra, hello Marilyn, hello from Florida. Send us some of your sun, please, Marilyn. I'm presuming it's sunny. I think it is. Yeah, so the boxes are all packed up. I did have some help this week with my mum and my stepdad, bless them. They came over and helped. Then I had Ellie and even my daughter, who has never helped before. She got involved this time, so that is amazing. And a turn out for the book. So that helped me get everything packed up. And so, like I say, it's all the postman. Fingers crossed, nothing goes wrong. The postman is coming tomorrow. Going to pick up all of them. There are over 200 of those boxes. So when I rang up, I said, make sure you book a big van, because they have come before and it's been a really small van and they've told me off because they don't have enough space. So hopefully none of that will happen. So all good. Hi Stacey, hi Anthony, hi Vivian, first timer as well. Hello. Love to see the first timers here. Everyone I know will make you very welcome in the comments too. So the boxes. I thought I'd give you a little sneaky peek. Well, you're not really going to get a sneaky peek because, you know, we don't do spoilers here. But this is the 12 days of bag making. These are the ones that are one-off. These are going out tomorrow. If you wanted to get one of these and you missed out, I'm really sorry if you missed out, but I will have some, which I'm going to be calling the remix 12 days of bag making. Basically, it won't be 12 days. And they won't be individually wrapped. So I will give you a little sneaky peek in case you're curious and you've never seen this before. And like I say, I'm not selling these because they've sold out, but I just thought I'd give you a little update for those that have got one coming. So there is a ribbon that goes over the top. There's my little thank you card. I can't show the other side of this because it has got a special code on it that you get £8 off a digital pattern in my shop. Then there's also another card which has coupons, and sometimes this one is a winning box. Sometimes there are winners in there as well, so that's quite exciting. So do check that out when you get it. You'll know if it's a winning box because it says winner in the corner and it says you have a winning box, so there's no confusion. Karen Ann says, so excited to get my first box. Thank you. Zoe says, I had someone to come to pick up a wardrobe in a mini. Did they fit it in, Zoe? That's what we need to know. Exciting, says Michelle. Love getting my box and love the 12 days of bag making. So looking forward to this one again. Thank you. Anita says, I'm so excited. How's everyone going to open theirs? I'm doing a day at a time. That is a good question, Esther, because last year, some people opened theirs like the first 12 days of December. Some people open them every other day. Some people save them all up, open them on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve or even Boxing Day as well. We had some people. And if you are going to share them to your stories, please do. But remember to put spoilers ahead in those stories in case anybody has got one and they don't want to see. If you follow me on Instagram and Facebook and you look at my stories, then I will put up a story first saying spoilers ahead, so you know not to watch if you have one. But if you're curious and you want to see what's going on, then please do tag me if you're opening yours, and then I can share them on my stories as well. Sandra says I might keep mine for Christmas Day. That would be cool. They left without the wardrobe. So he says, box looks like such a lovely gift for myself. Yeah, I have loads of people doing that. I have people buying them for gifts for other people as well. Sandra might keep hers for Christmas Day. Brilliant, brilliant. So inside, hopefully you can see, when you unwrap it, hopefully that wasn't too loud on my microphone, there are 12 individually wrapped items. So there is, what's that, number 6. Number 6, what could it be? But inside there's all those different, they're all individually wrapped. So when you open the box, don't worry, you're not going to get any spoilers upon opening it because they're all hidden inside. So that is the 12 days of bag making, and I thought it might be interesting to show you the difference. Excuse me while I cover up the screen with that big box. That's the 12 days of bag making. And then actually let me keep that there. The bag maker's box, which is the November box, which some of you may already receive, is this size. So you can see this one is a whopper. Hopefully you can see. Let's try and fit them both on the screen. Which way am I going? There we go. This one is a whopper compared to this one. But there are still loads of goodies in here. So these are shipping tomorrow as well. I'm going to stay up and get all the postage done. It's the, because I do ship internationally, so it's the international friends that it takes a bit more time to get the customs codes, and it's a whole thing. It's always fun with Royal Mail, but I'll get there, don't worry. Okay, so on to the next thing. So that's going to ship tomorrow, like I say. On the next thing, I thought I'd show you, like I say, a little bit of behind the scenes of what I've been working on. I have been talking about one of the, well, actually both of them on my Instagram stories, so you might have seen them if you have followed me there. But the first one, I have had this fabric for the longest time in my stash, and I bought it specifically to make this, and I was going to make a matching one for my eldest. I think she was 8, she's now 12. She's not interested at all. But then I realised, oh my goodness, I need to get on this because otherwise the 6-year-old is not going to be interested either. So I know I talk a lot about bag making, but tonight it's going to be general sewing and a little bit more, but the tip could be used for bag making as well, the little tool that I'm going to show you. So I will show you, I picked this up, and hopefully Yvette's still here, but we went to a stash swap on Saturday in Woking, which isn't too far from me. And if you're interested in anything like that, if you're in Surrey, then do check out Stash Hub, who we did a little chat with last Thursday. I'm sure it was last Thursday. We had a gremlin on YouTube, so we had to go live on a different link, but we got there in the end. But that was a really lovely chat with Yvette. And then we did meet up on Saturday in person, which is always really nice. And we had a stash swap, but there was loads of people came. The idea being that you drop anything you want off, sewing related, and then you could take whatever you like. And this reminded me of this project, of this fabric that I've had in my stash for the longest time. I think it was fate telling me to get my A into G, so to speak, and actually make the thing. So I picked this up, and immediately one evening, was it last Sunday maybe, even as soon as that, I got onto it, I drafted it out. The main size of it fitted really well. I had to shorten it by a lot because this is a size 8 and she's a 6, like I said. And then I wanted to add a hood because it's a Red Riding Hood style cape. So I haven't got the outside of the hood to show you, and I'll explain why in a sec. But hopefully you can see the beginnings of my Red Riding Hood style cape. It's got, I did a little fitting with her, hence the safety pins, but it's got little holes there for her to put her hands through, and then I'm going to do some poppers on the front. And when she tried it on, oh, and this fur, I think we got this when we were away. I want to say we were in Cornwall, but it is so soft, and it's double-sided as well, so it's really beautiful. It's just a plush fleece, but when she tried it on, she said, I could make it double, you could make it double-sided and then I could be the wolf as well. She's 6. I was like, oh my goodness, that is genius. So now I'm going to add ears to the first side so she can flip it round. And I'm going to use poppers. I'll show you the poppers I'm going to use in a minute so that I can make it reversible. I'm really excited about it. And on my stories as well, I did ask, if you saw my stories, I'm sorry, I went against what you all said on the poll. But I asked if I should do some applique over the top of the red. A few people said yes, but I have actually gone with embroidery. So I have started that. That is why the hood is not here. So the hood is in my lounge because I'm doing that of an evening, sat watching the TV. We're watching Bodies. If you haven't seen that on Netflix, it's really, really good. Anywho, I've started doing embroidery up the back of the hood, and I think I'm going to do some on the shoulder and maybe a bit around the pockets. So that's my little personal project that's going on at the minute. Hopefully I'll finish it before the end of winter. Wish me luck, because with all that embroidery, I might not, which would be a bit annoying. Genius child, says Yvette. Oh, it's gorgeous, says Karen, thank you. Speedy work. How did you fit it in with all that packing? I don't know, I don't sleep very much. Yvette, I'd like to see it with a hood, says Anita. Yes, it's going to have a hood. Such a lovely pattern. I'd make it for my granddaughters, 4 of them. Anita, I'll have to pass the pattern on to you if you really want it, because I'm kind of done with it, so I'd love to pass it on. With the hood, because I've drafted my own hood to go with it. Yvette says, genius child. She has your flair for costume design. Oh, thank you, Yvette. She's after your job already. I know, I have to be careful. No, I think she'd be brilliant. She'd really help me. But that leads me on to my other personal project, and I don't normally talk about my personal projects, and I know what's gone on, and Yvette, you're partly to blame, so I'm going to blame you. But when I did the 24-hour sew-a-thon, which you might have caught, that was with Sew Over It in London, excuse me, I was so inspired by all the wonderful people that we were sewing with. There was some lovely sewing bees there as well, which was really nice to meet. We basically sewed for 24 hours straight. There was a few of us that sewed all the way through. It was a good laugh. We were extremely exhausted by the end of it. But I got so inspired because normally I'm not around sewists in real life, and normally everything is about bag making, and it's kind of giving me a kickstart to be back on that kind of handmade wardrobe again. I'm not going to be going into a full sewing channel here, but I thought I'd share some little things I've been making, and this tip, like I say, could be for bag making too. So this is my other recent make, which I haven't put up on Instagram yet, but this is a little jacket. So it's kind of quilted, but it's a faux quilt in that the fabric was bought like this, so I haven't actually had to quilt it, so it's a cheated version. And I bought this fabric from Merchant and Mills definitely at least 3 years ago at the Knitting and Stitching show, and again it's just sat in my stash waiting for the lining fabric. I wanted something that had a bit of structure for the lining and a bit of warmth, so I've gone for this baby cord. I was going to make it reversible, and then I realised that I probably wouldn't wear it reversible, so I've just made it as is with the cord on the inside. We won't talk about the fact that I did the cord upside down, but no one needs to know about that. The pattern is from my friend's jacket. So she came over in the summer, absolutely fell in love with her jacket. She is Nick, she's a costume assistant still, so that's my previous life if you are new to the channel, as a costume maker, and she managed to get this coat really, I think it's a designer coat, so I was like, I have to take a pattern of that, so I made her stay a little bit longer while I took a pattern, and it sat there, and then finally I've made this jacket. But while I was making this jacket, I used a tool, and I wondered how many of you have seen this tool. So I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to explain how it helped me with this jacket. Oh, and I have to show you as well something. Let's turn it over. Let's move that out the way. And is it that one? Yes, it is. Okay, so, oh, that's not very helpful, is it? There we go. So was also going to show you, look how cute this is. I got this at the Knitting and Stitching Show. This is a little label from Little Rosy Cheeks. I'm sure it's Little Rosy Cheeks, yeah. She does really lovely labels, so I thought that was quite fun. I mainly put that on there because I did the, the cord going upside down. So it reminded me, it is what it is. I was doing it late nights, so that's what happens when you sew late nights. Oh, and I've just seen a thread. Let's cut that off. So when I was putting on the buttons, the other thing I think I did wrong is I think I put too many buttons in there. But, you know, c'est la vie. That's how it is. And so I used this tool. Has anybody got one of these or seen one of these? You'll have to let me know if you recognise it or know what it is. Because it's one of those things that you don't need for ages, and then all of a sudden it's just the most genius thing you have ever used in your life for that moment. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Donna says, right side, wrong side, upside down. I use whatever fits with my project. Exactly. Yep. That's how it worked with this. Yvette says, yes, so handy. Isn't it, Yvette? It's like one of those things that when you use it, and Sandra has one, Karen's seen it. Oh, you've all seen it. There you go. I was thinking no one had seen it, but you have all. Yes, I have one. It's genius for buttons. Ah, well, I apologise then, saying that you've never seen it. Places your buttonholes. Yes. So all you do when you're designing or deciding on where to put your buttons is you just unflex it, and it will go for quite a while. You could do, if you've got a long dress, you could do half. And how genius is that? It can just figure out, okay, you know, there you go, look. That's where I'm going to place my buttons on my poppers. It's absolutely genius. It has got little measurements on it. I do find that it's not exactly perfect. I don't know, the people that in the comments saying they've got one, excuse me, I don't know how you find the accuracy of it, because I find that what I have to do is place it on there and then just check that the measurements are right if it needs to be really particular. So it's worth noting that don't completely trust it, but it's so good as a starting point to then be able to measure all the way up. So this is called, my one is called the Simflex Expanding Sewing Gauge. And I thought I'd pull this out because, like I say, I've had it for years and I'm a bit of a sucker for tools, in case you didn't know. And like I say, you don't need one for ages, especially if you're bag making. You're probably not going to use it that much. But if you are making any clothes for yourself and they've got buttons, which they will do soon, if you've only just started, you will get into the button realm or poppers. This is genius and you won't regret getting one. But it also says it's good for patchwork strips, which is quite interesting. Straight strips, adjust gauge to the width of the strip desired, place gauge on the straight gain of fabric, mark points and slots and cut. Bias strips, it says you can use it for, that's quite interesting. Put it on the cross grain and then use it for your lines. That would be a great way to start. I think I would probably use my slot ruler for that though. Shearing, smocking, shirt and dress pleats. Anyway, I thought I'd share that with you because it's pretty genius. And just checking the comments. I have one. It's a button marker. Donna says no idea. That looks good. Isn't it for spacing buttons out? Yes, Zoe. Sue says never seen one. Esther, new to me. Yvette says you have to open and close it a few times first. Oh, to get it to kind of sync. Yeah, I'm sure you're right, Yvette. I just found that sometimes it's not as accurate as you might want it to be, so you do just need to check that. But maybe you found more success on yours, Yvette. What is it called? It is called a Simflex Expanding Sewing Gauge. If you're watching this on replay, I will pop a link to where you can get one in the description as well. Karen says, I love a gadget. Seen it but don't own one yet. I like the yet, Jane. That's brilliant. Yeah, so in case you're after a new gadget, I do have another gadget I'm going to show you another day, which is also really good for sewing. And that one, I might do it next week. I think I might have a little bit of time. I'm going to try and do a full project next week, but don't hold me to that. We'll have to see how we go next week. because it's also pattern writing week for 77 Club, so it's going to be full on. So we'll see how we go. But I'll either do a project or I will show you another tool that when I was in a costume room and somebody got one of these tools, everyone was like, I need that, I need that, I need that. And we all bought one for the next day delivery. Because you never know when you're going to need these gadgets, and they are, when they're useful, they're very useful, aren't they? Love a gadget too, says Jane. Me too, love a gadget. Brilliant. Okay, well, tonight is a bit of a shorter one because, as you may guess, as I told you at the beginning of the video, I've got rather a lot of packing to get back to. So I'm going to get back onto that, make sure everything is actually going out tomorrow because I need to buy the postage for all of the bag makers box. And I have had a couple of requests to do an unboxing of this year's 12 days of bag making. I'm not going to do an actual unboxing, but what I will do is I'm going to do a kind of behind the scenes of building my subscription box, packing it all, how I do that, in case that might be interesting. You can have a nose into how I do it all. So I might do a video on that. I've sort of started planning that. So hopefully that will be before Christmas, I'm gonna say, so that I hold myself to it. So do nudge me about that in case I don't get around to it. But thank you again for joining me tonight. I do go live here every Thursday as much as I can here on YouTube. I try and put up a link beforehand, which you can find on my channel. It's along the top underneath the kind of very first video. You can find the live stream that's coming up soon. And then it's got the link to all the old lives on there too. If you want to find the old lives, there is a lives tab within YouTube. You just click on that once you're in my channel and you should be able to find all the lives. So like I say, you can join us back here next Thursday. If anybody is watching and they are new to the channel, do check out the description because I have a link to our free Facebook group and a free bag making tips and tricks ebook, which I know you're going to love. I almost forgot, don't go just yet, almost forgot, huge thing. I'm on Sewing Street on Sunday, this Sunday, the 12th of November, and I'm bringing back one of my popular patterns that was on there. Let me make some space, which is the colouring caddy. So this one I have pre-filled, ready for Sunday. Look at that picture, isn't that gorgeous? My 6-year-old drew that after doing Picasso at school. How cute is that? I just love it. I don't know if you could see, but the eyelashes are rather special. But so this is the colouring caddy. It has 2 pouches on the outside, so you can showcase your artwork like I have here and put a colouring book in too if you want to. Then on the inside, let's open it up. Open it up, open it up. On the inside, we have the magic. So we've got pen slots along the top. We've got slots for scissors and rulers and rubbers or erasers and glue. And then we've got, I just realised I've left that zipper open, but we've got a zipper pocket when everything falls out because I'm trying to show you. We've got a zipper pocket, a little pocket, and then more pen slots along the top. So when I had this at the Knitting and Stitching show, people loved it when I opened it up, and I had loads of people buy this pattern because they were like, I'm a knitter or I'm a crocheter, this would be so good for knitting needles or crochet hooks. So this one will be back on Sewing Street in this fabric with the glitter vinyl and the spaceship. I just love it. It's really cute for Christmas presents. So this will be back on Sewing Street on Sunday. So do check out the show. I'll be live on Sewing Street at 9 o'clock for this one, I think. And we're bringing back some of my old patterns as well. Older, not old. Previous patterns, that's a better word. And then I will also, so I'll be live at 9. And then I'll be also live at 11 with bag making tips and tricks. So they've asked me to come on and just share loads of tips and tricks and how-tos and things. So if you're into bag making or want to learn more about bag making, then do check that out on Sewing Street. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Sewing Street is a shopping channel here in the UK, but you can watch it internationally. So I don't know if they ship internationally actually, but it's a shopping channel, so obviously they sell lots and lots of sewing related goodies and fabrics and kits. And yeah, so you can also watch it on YouTube and Facebook too. Just search for Sewing Street, it will come up. I'm sure it's nearly always live because they're showing the previous shows if they're not live as well. Okay, so I think I have remembered everything now. I'm just going to check the comments. Sandra, Santangle gang would love that too. Do you know what, they would? And I'll have to say, I know Sandra, so I'll have to let her know about it. Esther says, arm yourself with snacks and a nice drink for packing. Look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Thank you, Esther. Yeah, I love a podcast. So I'm going to be putting a podcast on. And actually, if anybody can recommend any podcasts for me, pop them in the comments below because I'm running out. So yeah, send me your podcast ideas. I think I've listened to most of them. I shall see you all Sunday. If not, I shall see you back here next Thursday on this YouTube channel. Have a great week, everybody. Please do let me know if you have any questions, comments, or queries in the comments box below. And don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.